So, hey everybody, this is Homeroom Smooth, episode number 144. Birds of a feather. Okay, do they really flock together? That was cringe as hell. I'll never say that again. but seriously, on a serious note, are first of all, Sean, how are you doing? Okay, how are you doing? Let me get
Oh
right.
man. July is a very busy month for me. So I celebrated my birthday. Whew,
Mm-hmm.
and I celebrated hard, very hard. Then I got sick and I had a flight to catch the same day I got sick. So I
Mm-hmm.
went to Seattle with my family for the other half of my birthday. Had a really good time. And then I'm flying out to Houston on Thursday because why not? And then when I get back from Houston, 5 days later, I go on a work trip to Orlando. So,
Oh, okay. You living. Excuse me. The fabulous life of Shar. I'm poor. Welcome to abject poverty with smooth. I'm down bad. Oh my god. Yeah, I have nothing that exciting going on. I'm going to Nashville this weekend. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be
yeah, Nashville's a fun city.
yeah. I'm gonna tour pu- no the Gaylord
Hotel.
mall hotel
Oh, the mall.
mall
Mm-hmm.
hotel. Yeah. Pause. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I just had to say that for people because some people are weird like that. Um, yeah, that's about it. Like tour that. I'm gonna go eat at Church and Union. I'm gonna try and go because it's a really big dance town. I'm gonna try and go like do like some dancing, but I want to do like a dance that's like really hard or complicated and like be funny.
Which
Like
one? The country line dances? Is that what you're talking about?
Nah, not country line dancing. That's not that hard. I actually know how to line dance. I'm not. I'm a country boy. I'm from Arkansas. Like I learned
Mm-hmm.
it. I picked it up. That's easier than hip hop shit. Nah, but I want to try ballroom dancing, like something more.
Oh,
Yeah, because when I get back to California, I want to get back to like doing salsa and bachata. Like those are really fun.
okay,
Those are really fun.
okay.
Those are things people don't know about me. I actually used to take oh my god, I'm dying. Dance class. I used to do like
Oh,
like I actually used to be in dance. Like that's
okay.
where like my love of dancing came from. Like I love dancing. I love the arts in general, like acting, theater, like all of that stuff. Like
Nice.
I love it like with a hard passion. Like I used to want to be an actor. I still kind of do. I just was waiting for me because I'm very shy. Like so I had to get to a point in my life and within myself where I wasn't shy anymore. Because
Mm-hmm.
I went in and I was doing like I would always make it past that first stage and then I get to the next stage where you're like doing like the line reads and all that and I bomb even though I was studying like I just couldn't do it. I was scared like out of my mind. Like I was like literally the lady was like, "Hey, take a deep breath, calm down, like it's okay, it's okay." Like I was so nervous, and then like immediately I said okay. I took a deep breath and I just sped through all the rest of the lines, and then I left and I was like, man, I suck.
Oh,
But I mean, like, it is what it is. I just was not comfortable talking in front of other people, just in general. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be, where I was like, or I didn't have the skill mentally that I thought I did, where I could just mentally put myself in character and just be like, fuck it. Like, it's not me, it's this character. But I didn't have it. I didn't have it at that time. So it is what it is. Life lessons learned, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I'm ready. I'm coming for y'all. I'm coming for it. When I get back to California, I'm coming for your neck.
okay, okay. Yeah, I was a creative kid, so I played the instruments and I was in the plays and shit,
Nice. What instrument
and
did you play?
then saxophone and piano.
Oh, nice.
Um,
Okay. I appreciate a good sax player. Like sax playing
yeah,
is not easy. That
yeah,
is not. There's so many knobs on that thing. I was like, yo, where does my fingers go?
I really enjoyed it. And so then in high school, I took an acting class and I got a 100 in it. I
Oh
should have, I
wow.
should have stuck, I should have. ran with that, but
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
you
you
get in
said
your own
you
head.
did.
But I was really good, like to the point, how like in high school, everybody trying to be cool, like
Mhm.
the kids be trying to crack jokes with me and stuff. But like my teacher was blown away every single time. Like the teacher would give you
Yeah,
skits that you would have to learn and reenact in front of the class, and so I got a 100 in the class. I wish I did something with that because I too like feel like
you still can. Okay. Um,
yeah,
like what? Taraji didn't get her first role till like 30 something. Morgan
yeah.
Freeman didn't start acting until he was already like 50, and
I
he
didn't realize
already
that.
looked 75 then. Like,
He definitely been like a 35 for the past 20 years.
right? Man, been stuck in Social Security his whole life. Mm.
Yeah, I think about it every now and then, but like it, I don't know. There's a difference. Some people like somebody discovers them and they make it right then, and then others it takes them years, and I just don't know if I have the patience to dedicate.
Like here's the thing. Here's the thing. It goes a lot faster than you think it does, and it also on the same token goes a lot slower than you think it does. If you do the right things and move the right way and network to talk to the right people and you're actually good, you're gonna you're gonna get there. You're just gonna there, as well as like you're already doing it, establishing your social media presence and all that. That helps you just get there because
Yeah.
studios, what's their main mission? At the end of the day, art is cool, but they like making money. Okay, art is cool, but
Hmm.
they like making money. So if you're good at your craft and you can bring an audience, they're
That's
gonna they're
true.
gonna cast you. You know what I'm saying? There's a couple roles like The Rock then got. I'm like, The Rock, y'all didn't need The Rock. Y'all trying to sell them tickets. Like, no
That's
offense to
true.
The Rock, I'm just saying.
You had
Like,
a good
there's
point.
some,
That's true.
mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, like there's other comedians out here, but yet all we see is Kevin Hart doing these movies. You know what I'm saying? Except for that one guy.
Mhm.
There's this one the one black guy. He has the glasses. Oh, man, what's his name? I can't remember his name right now, but he showed up. He's been in a couple films actually, like more often. The one, okay, in Get Out, he played the cop friend.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
He
he's
is
been in a
funny.
lot more movies. You notice that, like in the past
Hmm.
like 5 years, like all you see is
Yeah,
dude. Like
yeah.
every time, like funny black guy, who him, like every time he's
Mhm.
that man. You know what I'm
That's true.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
and meanwhile, Kevin Hart then transitioned to like doing more like serious, more like heartfelt stuff in a way, like which is a good, like it's still comedy, but it's like a little bit more serious. Because he's
Hmm.
trying to get in his actor bag.
Yeah, yeah.
That man trying to get an Oscar. That's gonna be wild. The statue about half as tall as he is. But
That's funny.
but yeah, birds of a feather. Okay. Do they truly flock together? That is the question. So do you feel like people's friend group truly defines them?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. I want to hear it. Why?
I mean, there's so many different directions I can go in, but
We're the omnidirectional podcast. Go ahead.
I guess I'll start with um the company that you keep determines it determines how far you can go, what you're capable of doing, what you're influenced by. So, for instance, I have gone through different transitions in life where I had to go through different types of friends, and some people could remain my friend, and some people couldn't, and that's
Mm-hmm.
because um the area I was in my life, it might not have matched with the person that I was once a friend with. And that's okay because as you grow, you change, which means the people around you should change as well.
Right.
Um, and I guess a good example is like we have certain rappers that make it out of the hood. And then
Okay. Yeah.
some of them will try to still be friends with their childhood friends. But like if your child if you made it out the hood, your childhood friend,
Mhm.
say you have a childhood friend who has no ambition, no desire to make it out. Like if you keep elevating and they're not meeting you there, they're gonna keep
Mhm.
enabling you from going as far as you could be, and you don't even realize they are because like it could be moments where you're just even sharing an idea with them, and then
Mhm.
they're telling you, man, you that sounds crazy, or I don't think you should do that, or you know what I'm saying, like stuff like
Mhm.
that. And so my point for bringing it up, and I'm not saying this is only people in the hood like this. What I'm saying is there have been people in my life, like 10 years ago,
Mhm.
you were on the same level as me, but 10 years fast forwarding now, we're not on the same page. So you cannot be my friend because you are a reflection on me, and I think you're a reflection on me when it comes to my drive, my success, what I want out of life, what like I've even had to evaluate friendships in what what am I getting out of this friendship, right? Like
Mhm.
if there's not something, like for instance, every time we have these podcasts, every time we talk, I learn something. If
Mhm.
I'm not learning something, if we're not talking about money moves, if we're not talking about, what I'm saying, if it's not doing anything to elevate me in some kind of way, it's pointless. And
Right.
it's not going to uh it's not going to it's gonna stop me from wherever I'm trying to get out of life. And it's a hard pill to swallow. So I think when I hear the birds of a feather flock together, when I hear that, it's having like-minded people in your corner. Because if you don't have
Mm.
like-minded people in your corner, y'all ain't the same flock of a bird, and it's not gonna work. And I'm telling you, it could be as little as like you sharing a business idea with somebody you think is like on your page, and every time you talk to them, they're negative. Just and they're not trying to be negative. It could just be because they don't think that they're capable of doing it. They're projecting, but they don't believe it onto you. And so
Right.
you're talking to them, and they're like, "Yeah, I mean, but maybe you should change it to this. Are you sure you want to do that? That's going to take a while. I heard that not many people make it. Like you don't need that kind of stuff in your head. So you really do need people who are on the same level to motivate you and put you in the right space to keep you in the right
Woo.
direction you're trying to go in.
You talking to the right person. You talking to the right
And the reason I'm preaching right now is because
person.
I have been going through different shifts in my life where I've had to change out different
Mhm.
friends. Even recently, in the last 3 months of my life, I had to go through a shift where I had to let go of people, and it was very hard for me. It was people I never thought I would have to let go of. Now, we were in the same flock of birds at one point, and then something happened to where we were not on the same page, and I had to
Mhm.
learn like you might not be in the same flock of birds, but once I let you go, I let one bird go,
Mhm.
and I gained like 10 more because I had to let go of that one person that was standing in the way of me opening the door to all this other stuff.
Mhm.
So I can go on and on and on, but that's my short answer.
Man, that's a short one. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, but seriously, like, man, like, like I do feel I'm kind of like 50-50, right? In this because there are some friends, like there's some people like, yo, I have party friends. Like those are my like for the objective of partying, you are a fantastic friend. We can go kick it, we can go party, we can turn up. You are a great friend. However, if tomorrow happened and I was down bad, I'm not calling you because you're irresponsible with just yourself. Like you're
Mm.
good for a good time, but you're not good for life in general. And so to speak, like I wouldn't invite that person onto the podcast. I wouldn't. 'Cause they ain't got nothing constructive or positive to say. There's nothing good gonna come from it. It might be mildly entertaining, yes, but it's not good. Um, and with that piece you said about like letting people go, man, like that takes me back to what I was talking about in 141, like because I was just talking about like how like you know what I'm saying, like you know what I'm saying, a whole like friend circle, like everything just changed in an instant. It was just like, well, you know what? Let me put it this way. Let me put it this way. I think the best way I can put it is this. I always knew kind of in the back of my head, like, yo, this ain't me. You know what I mean? Because what they were doing versus what I was doing at the time and trying to do, it wasn't lining up. Therefore, I needed to leave. I need to get out because I wasn't progressing forward. I was continuously doing the same thing, and I'm like, okay, I changed this, nothing happened. I changed this about myself, nothing happened. I blah 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 blah. Like I was going down my list, and I went my friend group, and I said, okay. I'm like, and then I was like, okay, I'm like, I think I could change that. I think I can get more friends so I have different circles. And I started to step out a bit, you know what I'm saying? And then you know what I'm saying, you get things like, oh, you're disloyal to the group or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm
Mhm.
just like, no, I'm not. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do as a human being. I'm networking. Okay, like there's power in that. Um, network. Okay, I can't reemphasize that enough. Um,
Yeah.
also, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just wanted to do better, so I left Arkansas as well. Like, I needed to leave there. There isn't every time, even when I go back home to visit, there is nothing for me or
Yes.
anyone else tangible that I can see a reason to stay there. There, like people feel like they have to prove, yo, I can make it out of it. No, no, you don't. You don't have to. You do not have to play in quicksand,
Mhm.
baby girl. Run. You know what I'm saying? You can get out, bruh.
Yeah.
Hit the
Yeah.
freeway. Go somewhere else, anywhere else,
Yeah.
and try and make your dreams and things happen. Because
Mhm.
there's seriously not, people are like, oh, the black people don't support each other. You know what I'm saying? Arkansas population is like what, maybe 5 to 6 million, and even a smaller percentage of the population is black. And then you got to look at the amount of black people that actually would like what you're doing. It gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And then you got to look at, okay, most black people ain't even got money like that. So you're asking them to spend money that they don't have. You're literally trying to extract, you know what I'm saying, like the last bit of ketchup out of the ketchup bottle. Like they don't have nothing left to give you. Like it's that's it. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
This is like that's, it's just sad. It's just
Yeah.
sad, and they could do so much better by leaving. And I get it. Like the comfort from being around what you know, the known. You know what I'm saying? Because that fear of the unknown, or that um, how do I put it? That fear of going somewhere and being no one, like that. If you're comfortable being no one, you can be anyone. If you're
Word.
comfortable being no one, you can be
Yeah.
anyone, because then you can put yourself in positions to talk to those people like that you would never talk to, because you know what I'm saying, like it's easy to be around somebody that you like, that's like just chill and like they're no one, like you're just like, oh, okay, that's just somebody. Then when you start talking, they're like, oh, okay, this person got something to them, and then you're
Mhm.
able to establish rapport and establish a brand new relationship from scratch. This
Yeah.
person don't know you from nothing, versus, you know what I'm saying, you're in a city and you're trying to network within the city, and everybody already has these preconceived notions about you, especially if it's someplace as small as Arkansas. You're never going to be able to get ahead, because everybody's just trying to be cool. Everyone's trying to like posture, like you're in a you're I don't even know how to describe it. Like it's just stupid. Like the level of posturing that people do, and they're not nowhere. It's like I'm a little bit higher than you, but I'm like, bruh, I'm like, we're like 6 inches off the ground. Like you're 6 inches off the ground, I'm 4 inches off the ground. Like we're relative. We're still in the
Mhm.
same place. We're under a foot. Nobody
Mhm.
cares. Like
Yeah.
nobody cares. We're nothing. We're ants. We're ants
Yeah.
in the grand scheme of things. Like we're no one. And that's what bothers me. So on the latter half, to stop ranting. Um Arkansas, um well, no, not Arkansas, but people can be in the wrong circles, and it does kind of define you because you will find yourself doing things and behaviors that you would not normally do by yourself. Find comfort in being alone, okay? You should be able to
Yeah.
be alone. You should be able to function and move and drive yourself by yourself. Like there should be
Yeah.
some intrinsic motivation there. Okay, and I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. I'm
Yeah, no, I wanted to add to what you said about leaving Arkansas because I left
gonna
Knoxville, Tennessee.
oh
When I
man,
came to
ain't
DC,
jack going on in Knoxville either.
there ain't shit going on, but I was comfortable. Like like I was living a comfortable life, right? I had a I had a good job. I had a comfortable boyfriend. I had a comfortable apartment. I had my friends, but like I was now that I look back, I realize I was very unfulfilled. I was just living like a very mundane and no excitement. Nothing is really happening in my life. I'm just doing the same thing every day. I'm hanging out with the same people.
Hmm.
I wasn't traveling. Like I wasn't doing anything exciting. And it took me losing my job to move. If I hadn't, and I think God knew what he was doing because had
Wow.
that was my first job, my first ever job in Knoxville out of college.
Hmm.
Um, I got laid off because they had to do some budget cuts or whatever. But it took me
Hmm.
losing my job to force me to move. Had it not been losing that job, I would have never left Knoxville. I probably would have still been living there, married to this boy, to this man that I really didn't want to marry. Like I would have had kids by now with him. Like I just would have been living because I was literally living a comfortable. This is what you do life, right? Like I didn't know. Like I was so
Ah, okay.
I was so close minded
Okay.
living in Knoxville. And then when I moved here, like it opened my mind and expanded me to so much. It's so many things. And I went on my first like overseas trip when I moved here. And like black people when I moved here, they were like, yeah, we're going to Dubai. Like, nigga, you going to Dubai? What? You going to Dubai? Like it was nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like they were doing things
Yeah.
here that like it was no second thought about it, right? And I started meeting this goes back to the birds of a feather flocking, right? I started
Hmm.
meeting people who were introducing me and expanding me to new things
Hmm.
that I never would have experienced had I stayed in Knoxville. And they help expand my mind, but also while I'm expanding my mind, um you're kind of like training your brain to be used to certain people, right? So
Right.
now I'm meeting different types of people and now I'm meeting them at their level because I may have been down here when I got to DC, but now I'm up here because I'm learning so much. So I agree with you. Like you really got to leave the small town you're in if you're in a small town and get out and explore and
Hmm.
see the world and like just meet new people. And it honestly that move from Knoxville is one of the best decisions I ever made because like I didn't, like, but you don't know what you don't know. Like at the time,
Right.
I thought I was just living a life. Like, oh, I got my car, my place, and my man, and my,
Hmm.
like, I'm, it was literally the most comfortable, boring life I was ever living.
Wow. No, but I agree. I agree with you because, like, all I did was just like it was just a routine.
Yeah,
I hate routine. I hate it. I hate it. But this is the only thing that's routine for me. Like Tuesdays coming on here, that's the only thing routine for me. Everything else, I'm like, dude, I gotta do something else. I gotta go over here. I gotta go over there. And what I wanted to
mhm,
say also is knowing people on social media halfway counts. Okay. You need to physically go to other
yeah,
locations, go outside and talk to
yes,
people. Okay.
yeah,
You'll never know who you'll meet. Okay. You'll never know who you meet. Like me, I travel a lot. You know what I'm saying? I stayed when I was in Dallas, I stayed at the Adolphus. Okay. If you don't know what the Adolphus is, it's a historic hotel that Queen Elizabeth and the presidents have stayed, all the presidents have stayed at.
mhm,
All of them, okay, when they came to Dallas. Okay. It's that hotel. It has one of two in the world chandeliers, one of two paintings, one of two of this grand piano. Like the hotel, just the first floor alone is over half a billion dollars, just the first floor alone, because it has all this artwork and stuff in there. Let alone the rest of the building, like that's a $1 billion building. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And when you go in there, like I was sitting at the bar, like I'm looking at I expect when I looked at the menu, I was expecting that like the prices were going to be enormous because this place I've never had to do this. When I checked into the room, I'm like, oh, okay, it's this price, whatever, whatever. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There was a $300 security deposit. I said, what is this? $300 for a security deposit? I said, what do you think I'm finna do to this room? Then I got to the room and I said, okay, all right, all right, all right, all right. It ain't all that, but it ain't, you know what I'm saying? I understand, you know what I'm saying? Because that security deposit was more than my security deposit was at the Venetian. The
Mm.
Venetian was only 150, and
Mm.
that room was nice.
Huh.
And they talking about some $300. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I said that to say, like, when I was sitting at the bar, um, ended up talking to this guy, and so here's one thing. Here's number one thing with meeting new people. Okay, don't ask what they do. Don't
Whew. Yes.
don't ask what they do. Do not resist the urge to ask what they do, because why? When you get the answer to that question, you're gonna act different. You're gonna act different, and they're gonna act different. Okay, it just is what it is. Just is what it is. Just keep talking to that person. Keep talking to them. Learn the name. Learn something about them. You know, talk to these people. Like for real, like that is number one. My number one pet peeve. I do not like talking about work. Period. Period. I don't. Whether it's my work or somebody else's work. I like talking about hobbies. If you got a
Yeah.
hobby, like let's talk about hobbies. But I don't like talking about work. Don't ask somebody off rip like, "Oh, this is what do you do?" So what do you do? Like
Yeah.
that
That's a DC
that
question. DC.
that's that's like you're qualifying your relation, your ability to talk to them. You're qualifying it. Like, okay, if you tell me you're a plumber, I'm not gonna sit here and have this conversation with you or something like that. Like, like, oh, you're a trash man. Like that don't make that person any less than. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because like they might
Yeah.
say, oh, I work at the waste management company. Cool, but you don't know. Oh, this is the CEO of the waste management company, and he
Mhm.
making whatever the heck he making. Like, just
Facts.
don't ask the question. Just talk to people and be cool.
Facts.
And you'll learn everything you need to know about that person in due time. You know what I'm saying? As long as everything is cool and cordial, just keep it going. Which
Mhm.
reminds me, I forgot to text that guy.
Yeah, but no, that's DC culture. First thing they ask is, "What do you do?" And I hate it so much. I really do.
Hmm.
It's a DC thing.
Yeah, because they're qualifying. They're qualifying you. They're
That's
qualifying
what
you.
they are. I'm telling you, and as long as I've been here, I've worked in nonprofit, and when I tell people that, oh, so you don't make money? Yes, I make money. It's just funded differently. Oh, but you think I'm just working for free every day for 8 hours? Like,
What,
sir.
bro? Look, like that's so dumb to say. There's a lot of people like that be working nonprofits that really be making bank. Them do them really the Robin Hoods. Okay, them the Robin Hoods. Cause you think they doing one thing and they out here getting bread like millionaires. How you a millionaire running a nonprofit?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. And I agree with that.
For sure. I guess what man, what was my other question? Outside of that, and then we'll wrap up our conversation. Shoot, no, I don't really even want to ask that because we kind of touched on it in general. I guess just like what's your like networking advice to people? Because I gave mine. Like, what's your
Yeah,
networking advice?
networking advice.
Yes.
Definitely be open. I have met the most random people in the most random places just because I um talk to, like you said, talk to anybody. Don't ever look at somebody and automatically be like, oh no, they probably stuck up, or they probably like are not nice. Like, just talk to people. I talk to people everywhere I go, and I have met some of the most random. I'm talking about, and like you said, the CEOs be the ones. Those be the ones that's like really low key dressed and not flashy and wear the suits and stuff. Like, actually, um, yeah, I guess that would be my
Zero
advice.
jewelry.
Have an open mind, and and when I also say open, that means like if you're if you're traveling, or like if you're with your friends and you're going somewhere, like don't be so stuck in your circle that you just stick to what you know. You know,
Mhm.
like you really gotta go out and branch. Maybe at one point walk around, branch away from your friends and go talk to other people. Because I have been to events before here even, and been in a room and looked around and everybody was just sitting at the table talking to their crews. Like nobody's walking around like getting to know other people. And me and my friend, like I have this one crew of friends. Every time we go out, we meet new people. We always have the wildest nights because we meet random ass people, and
Mhm.
then these random people always buy us drinks and shots because look, we're nice people, right? Like
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you don't know what kind of night you'll have just talking to
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I really want to reemphasize that. Look, I get it. I can hear somebody right now saying, "But my safety." Okay, look, I'm not telling you to be unreasonable. Hello is not unreasonable. How are you doing is not unreasonable. Like just having some, and then if y'all have an actual conversation, cool. If not, you don't have to press the issue. Just walk away. And here's another thing, okay? If you have not lived enough life to have anything to talk about, maybe you should start living because a lot of people don't have nothing to talk about. They really don't. Like, cause my thing is, you shouldn't be talking about, you know what I'm saying, what you can't do, or the advice I got from dude. Never undermine what you're actually doing. Never undermine it publicly. Like always keep up the face that you're like on point. You know what I'm saying? Like never say, "Oh, I just do this." Say, "Oh, I'm," you know what I'm saying, blah 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 blah. Like always sell it either just flat or up. That's it. That's the only way. Like don't degrade yourself because your time is worth it has value. Like that's what he said. He said something about your time has value, your effort has value, something
Mm.
like that. I was drinking at the time, so I mean I heard him, but I wasn't. I heard him and I felt him when he said it. I was like, hey, that's like, oh, this nigga spitting. But real talk, like inside, I was like, I don't even know what he said. um, but yeah, that's what I want to end on, man. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Saturday when you hear this video. And yeah, I'm out. You got anything, shit?
No, just peace, love, and soul.
Oh my god. Okay.